What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So I'm going to check out the rise and fall of the WWE Network. Now, it's very funny that I'm checking this video out. I originally planned on checking this video out, I want to say last week, but obviously with SummerSlam weekend, I kind of ended up forgetting about it. So today, when we found out that all the WWE PLEs for next year will be on the ESPN app or whatever streaming service they're about to be coming up with or doing with involving ESPN, and now they're charging $30 essentially a month to use the ESPN app as a whole, I thought it would be kind of appropriate to talk about the WWE Network and how good we really had it. For $9.99 a month, you could watch all the pay-per-views that they called them at the time and all the WWE programming that you could want to watch. So definitely wanted to go back down memory lane. I just think it was appropriate timing to check it out today. Appreciate all love and support, man. Let's get right into going back down memory lane, man.
Time when wrestling fans didn't just survive, we thrived. For just $9.99 a month, we got it all. Every single WWE pay-per-view, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble. No more calling the cable company. No more $60 charges on your parents' bill. Just open the app, and there it was. For the low price of $9.99, as Michael Cole reminded us time after time. But that wasn't even the best part. The network had it all. Raw, SmackDown,
NXT,
ECW, WCW, NWA, Smoky Mountain, AWA, classic territory footage, hidden gems, exclusive documentaries, new shows every week, and the best part, it was all on demand, whenever you wanted it. It felt like wrestling had finally arrived in the digital age, and the fans were treated with respect. But today, that dream is dead. The network has been gutted, chopped up, sold off. If you're in the US, you're stuck with Peacock, a streaming service that edits out the gritty parts and buries the archives. If you're overseas, you'd better have a Netflix account, and you'll just get what you're given. So what happened? How did WWE go from creating the most ambitious streaming platform in pro wrestling history to killing it off? This is the rise and fall of the WWE Network. Before there ever was a WWE Network, the idea of a full-time wrestling channel seemed like fantasy. But WWE, then still WWF, had big dreams long before streaming was part of the conversation. Back in the year 2000, WWF had just left the USA Network for TNN and Viacom. That messy departure triggered a lawsuit, but what came out in court was even more revealing. WWE wanted to create their own cable network. Linda McMahon testified that the company had even tried to buy the Sci-Fi Channel to turn it into a 24/7 wrestling station. USA executives shot the idea down, so instead, the dream was shelved, for now. Throughout the 2000s...
So they've been trying to do this. They've been trying to have just like this wrestling-only network, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. They've been trying to do this even before streaming was even a thing. So, I mean, that just lets you know the type of business mind Vince had back then. You know, whether you want to agree with his personal weird and sick fetishes that he would have, you cannot deny his business mind was leagues above anybody else. So
WWE played with the idea. They launched WWE 24/7 on demand, a service that let you watch classic matches through your cable box.
I do remember that.
It was limited. And it cost more than most people were willing to spend for archived footage.
I remember that.
But WWE never stopped thinking bigger. By 2011, Vince and the company began floating the idea of a real WWE network. This time, not a cable channel, but something totally new, something digital, something ahead of its time. In late 2011, WWE started conducting fan surveys where they asked, would you pay for a WWE streaming service? Would you subscribe if it included every pay-per-view? What if it had exclusive shows? WWE Legends House was filmed and shelved. WrestleMania Rewind was teased, and a mysterious countdown clock appeared on WWE.com, targeting April 1st, 2012, the same day as WrestleMania 28. But the date came and went. no launch. The dream was still cooking behind the scenes though. Over the next year, WWE kept tweaking the plan. By 2013, they had shifted the focus. Instead of a premium cable channel, they would go full OTT, over-the-top digital streaming. They partnered with MLB Advanced Media, the same company that built the infrastructure for MLB.TV. This gave WWE a solid technical foundation for on-demand content and live streaming. It was a massive risk, but one Vince McMahon was willing to take. Finally, at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in January of 2014, WWE officially announced it. It's over the top, it's 24/7, and it's only $9.99 a month.
Yep.
The WWE Network.
They kept hammering that point across. It's only $9.99 a month. $9.99 a month. $9.99 a month. They kept hammering that point across. And they got me. This is before I even started doing wrestling content, recording you on YouTube and anything. They got my ass. They got me, bro.
Network would launch on February 24th, 2014, the night after Elimination Chamber and just weeks before WrestleMania 30. It was a bold move, bypassing pay-per-view providers entirely. You wanted WrestleMania? Then sign up for the network. WWE knew they'd take a short-term hit in pay-per-view revenue, but they were betting big on long-term subscriber growth. At launch, the network featured every WWE, WCW, and ECW pay-per-view, archives of Raw, SmackDown, Nitro, and more. Original series like Countdown, NXT, WrestleMania Rewind, and Legends of Wrestling.
I remember watching WrestleMania Rewind.
And a 24/7 live channel feed for people who just wanted to turn it on and watch something. The back end struggled. Streaming broke. Xbox apps didn't work. People couldn't log in, but the value was undeniable. The network hit 667,000 subscribers by WrestleMania 30. WWE needed at least 1 million to break even. They weren't there yet, but the fans were loving it. WWE's next move? Go global. In 2014, they would launch in Canada, Mexico, Spain, Australia, Singapore, and Hong Kong. The network would roll out in the UK and Ireland in January of 2015. India would join in November. By early 2016, WWE Network was available in dozens of countries.
Everywhere.
The numbers kept climbing. 1 million subs by January 2015. 1.3 million by mid-2015, 1.5 million by WrestleMania 32, and 2.1 million total users by 2018. The other sports brand. UFC didn't have a dedicated network like this. MLB.TV wasn't doing original documentaries. Even Netflix didn't have a live sports style format. And WWE kept pumping out content. WWE 24 gave backstage access after big events. Ride Along showed superstars traveling together. Breaking Ground took fans inside of NXT. Camp WWE brought raunchy adult animation. Table for Three gave intimate, unscripted conversations. The Monday Night War was a 20-episode docuseries that let WWE finally tell their version of the WCW collapse. This wasn't just a streaming service, it was a living museum, a content machine, and a wrestling fan's dream playground. By 2019, the WWE Network had matured, and so had the technology around it. WWE's original back-end provider, MLB Advanced Media, had been bought out by Disney, transforming it into BAMTech. They were now sharing infrastructure with a company owned by one of their biggest entertainment competitors. So WWE jumped ship. They signed a new deal with Endeavor Streaming, the same parent company behind UFC. WWE also partnered with Massive Interactive to handle the user's interface. The goal? Relaunch the network with a cleaner look, smarter navigation, faster performance, and full control. In July 2019, just before SummerSlam, WWE quietly flipped the switch. The new version rolled out with 1080p streaming, a superstars filter to search by wrestler, better playlists and categories, plans for offline downloads, and improved mobile and console app support. But not everyone was happy. In cutting legacy support, WWE dropped the network from older platforms like PS3 Xbox 360, and some smart TVs. Fans who still relied on those were left in the dust.
Yeah.
Still, the relaunch showed promise, even teasing the idea of multiple subscription tiers. There was talk of a free ad-supported version, the standard $9.99 tier, and a possible premium plan with indie content or early merch drops. It seemed like WWE was preparing for the future, but the world had other plans. In March 2020, the entire world changed. The COVID-19 pandemic shut down live events.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 36 was held in an empty performance center. WWE had to innovate quickly, and part of that plan including opening up the WWE Network for free. For a limited time, WWE made thousands of hours of content available to everyone. Then, on June 1st, 2020, WWE formally launched the free tier of the network. It included recent episodes of Raw Talk and The Bump, older pay-per-views, some original series like Monday Night War and Ride Along, and interviews and short-form content. It was meant to act as a funnel, bring fans in for free, hook them with content, and convert them into paying subscribers.
Yeah.
And while smart, it also hinted at something else. WWE might have been looking for a way out. The network was no longer growing at the pace Wall Street wanted. Fan complaints were rising, and WWE's licensing revenue from TV deals was far more lucrative than trying to run their own Netflix. So the writing was on the wall. On January 25th, 2021, WWE announced the most controversial move in network history.
Yep.
The WWE Network is moving exclusively to Peacock.
Yep. And that's where I mean, that's where we are now. Now they're leaving Peacock and they're moving on to ESPN. Money. Money is going to be the thing that gets them to move their whole catalog, because it depends on who's paying them out. Who's going to be paying them out the most? Who's going to be, shelling out the most money over time? Because granted, yeah, they were making some money by having everything in-house, but you make more money when you license your content to another entity. They're going to pay you more because they want all that viewership. They want all that traffic.
NBC Universal had purchased the US streaming rights to the WWE Network in a 5-year deal reportedly worth over $1 billion. The network...
Great, maybe it was $1 billion. Maybe I was saying corrected. I mean, that's still a lot of fucking money. I mean, it makes sense, so...
as a standalone service would cease to exist in the US by April. All content would live under the Peacock umbrella starting March 18th, 2021.
We're evil, yep.
For WWE, the math made sense. Guaranteed money, massive exposure, alignment with a media partner who already aired Raw on USA Network. But for fans, it felt like a downgrade. Suddenly, you needed a Peacock premium subscription to watch what you already paid $9.99 for. The interface was worse. Search functions were clunky. The content library, incomplete at launch. Even worse, Peacock began censoring content. Classic Attitude Era moments disappeared. Roddy Piper versus Bad News Brown from WrestleMania, removed due to blackface. Vince McMahon's 2005 skit,
my nigga?
gone. The network had promised fans the full, unfiltered history of wrestling. Peacock offered a corporate safe version, one that NBC would be comfortable promoting during the Olympics. Suddenly, the dream of a wrestling-focused fan-first streaming home was over. WWE was just part of a bigger machine. While the US was busy adjusting to Peacock, fans overseas held on to the real WWE Network. But it wouldn't last. WWE started signing regional deals country by country.
Damn.
Each deal made WWE money, but every time the network lost another piece of its identity. Navigation was different, content changed, archives disappeared, and matches vanished. And worse, fans lost consistency. One country had full access, another didn't. Some had dubbed commentary only, others were missing entire shows. WWE was selling off the network and it was falling apart piece by piece. And then came the final blow. On January 23rd, 2024, WWE made their biggest announcement yet. Beginning January 2025, WWE content including Raw, SmackDown, NXT, documentaries, and PLEs would be moving to Netflix globally.
Yep.
It was the most wide-reaching streaming deal in WWE history. The company claimed this was the next evolution in fan experience. But for those who remember the WWE Network, this wasn't evolution, it was extinction. Emails soon went out to international subscribers. On January 1st, 2025, WWE Network will no longer be available in your area. Netflix will become the exclusive home of WWE. In one swift move, the WWE Network was erased from nearly every country on Earth.
Once again, money. This is what it will always come down to. How much money are these companies willing to shell out? And you know Netflix, they were shelling out a bag. So we had it all in one place, and now it's kind of all over the place. But, I mean, they're making the most money they've ever made. That's the crazy thing.
The exceptions? A few territories where Netflix didn't have immediate rights, where the network would live on, temporarily. But for the rest of the world, WWE Network was finished. And what will be on Netflix? Well, it won't be the full archive.
Nope.
It won't be what fans once loved.
Nope.
The WWE Network was more than a streaming platform. It was the digital preservation of wrestling history, and the chance to relive childhood memories and discover matches we never even knew existed. And now, the history is scattered, censored, fragmented across platforms. What once felt like a revolutionary shift for the wrestling industry has become a case study in what happens when innovation gets swallowed by licensing. The network started with a promise: everything, everywhere, whenever you want it. But it ended with, please subscribe to Peacock and Netflix.
Yeah.
Content subject to change.
Yep.
Let's be honest, WWE Network wasn't perfect, but for a few years it was everything we wanted. An actual love letter to wrestling, and now it's gone. Drop your favorite network memories in the comments below.
Yeah, man.
What match or show did you binge first? What originals did you love? And do you think Netflix can ever truly bring that magic back? If you enjoyed this video,
hey, this was a really good one, man. It's appropriate timing wise. Y'all go show, let me make myself disappear. Pinfalls and Pixels. Y'all go subscribe to his channel. This is very informative. It brings you back to simpler times, man. Like, we really had it good. We didn't even realize it. Everything we wanted to watch was just $9.99. Before then, if you wanted to watch these different shows, you had to have, purchase the WWE 24/7 network. That was expensive. The pay-per-views were like $50, $60. Back then, that was expensive. Now, it's broken up into different parts, different entities, different apps you got to sign into. You got to pay a decent amount of money, unless you use VPNs and other websites. You got to pay a decent amount of money to kind of watch everything that you want to watch when it comes to WWE. Before, it was just all in one spot. It's crazy. Like, we really had it good, and I don't think people really understood how good we had it. But hey, comment down below, let me know, man. How do you guys feel about how things are going now, and when it comes to WWE, and now moving a lot of their shows and PLEs and products spread across different platforms? And did you guys actually enjoy the WWE Network? Did you ever have it? Were you ever subscribed to it? Let me know down below. I appreciate all love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking it with me. See you on the next one. Peace.